Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me video, which is going to be really fun because I haven't done my makeup on here, like showed you guys like how I do my makeup in I think almost a year now. So some things definitely have changed. On my Instagram I posted if you guys wanted to see a get ready with me or a shop with me depop version, which I'm still going to do. I just wanted to see which one you guys rather see first, so this one won. And I am going to be answering some questions too that you guys sent me on Instagram. But as you guys know, that my camera is still broken. I took it in a week ago to get to Best Buy and see like if they could do anything about it, and long story short that they couldn't in the store, so my camera has been sent out to be serviced. So I won't have my camera for about a month. That is what they told me. So we're working with my phone and my sister's iPad, which is huge because it looks like a really big phone. Okay, so while we wait for the questions to roll in, I'm going to do just a little part of my skincare. I've also been trying to drink a lot more water recently. Because for some reason I was drinking like a lot of soda, which is, I know, super gross and bad, but I was like addicted to Canada Dry and cherry Coke for like a month, which is super not good. So I've been not drinking soda and drinking more water. I already did most of my skincare this morning when I woke up, so I'm just going to add a little bit of facial oil because I like to be super moisturized before I do my makeup, and some lip balm. The Ordinary plant-derived squalane oil. My friend Sarah recommended it to me and I really like it. I only put like 2 or 3 drops because it's like really thick, and I rub it into my hands and I just like press it in super gently. Then whatever's left over I always put on my hands because your hands and neck are the first to age. And then next, I'm just going to use some of this Laneige lip, I think it's a lip mask, yeah. So I would say the first main thing that has changed in my makeup is like my base, the foundation that I use. I believe I still use this, but in my last video, I was using the True Match L'Oreal Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup, and I still really like this. It's probably my favorite drugstore foundation. And then I think a while ago too, I showed you guys my makeup and I was using the Pretty Fresh hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer. You can see I loved it. I used it clean. This is from ColourPop. If you've seen any of my makeup videos on TikTok, this is probably what I was using. Now I use the Morphe 2, it's the exact name, Hint Skin Tint, and I really like it. I've been super into like a really clean, fresh looking base, and I kind of just roll it around because sometimes I can see it like separating, and I just take a few drops on the back of my hand, and it's honestly kind of a perfect match. My friend Sarah helped me pick it out, so she's really good at color matching. And I just do like a little bit of that. And you guys can see I've had this scar for so long. I had a really bad pimple because I get hormonal acne, you know, during that time of the month, and it was like this big, and it's finally gone down and it's finally flat, but it's still scarred on my face. So I'm just waiting for that to leave, and then I feel like I'll be really into my skin. But for the most part, my skin has been very nice because I think I've been finally sticking to a consistent skincare routine. And then next I take a big like dense kind of brush. It's a Sephora brush, but there's like nothing on it. It came off. I've been really into brushes lately instead of a beauty blender. I just feel like the beauty blenders have been like not working on my skin. It just like separates it, and I don't like that. You can see it literally looks like it looks like my skin, like it's second skin. It's like so like dewy without being like over the top, and it's just a natural finish. It just adds a really pretty glow to your skin. I hate looking matte. That's like my least favorite thing. But some people look really good with like matte makeup. Like that one girl on TikTok, her name's Meredith, so you guys have probably seen her. She's the one that like rubs her foundation in. Like she has a hella matte finish, but it still looks really, really pretty on her. I just absolutely hate that on myself. Honestly, I feel like I would stop here. You can still see my scar. I don't really try to cover it up, just because I feel like it'll just look more caked on if you can really see that I'm trying to cover things. I just really want my skin to look as natural as possible. And that is my foundation. I really love it. Let's check in on the questions. Okay, so I have some questions that I'm gonna go ahead and answer, and then we'll move on to concealer. And I asked you guys to ask me fun questions. I always get questions like, how'd you get into fashion? Where'd you go to school? Where'd you study it? And I already have a video on that. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll leave it linked below. And I basically answer all of those. So I just don't want to be repetitive. How much would someone have to pay you to drink 10 glasses of lemon juice? Honestly, not that much, I feel like, because I love, actually maybe a lot, because I don't love sour things, but I love when things are like super lemony or limey. Maybe like $100. I'm using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer, and it's like the same like line as the tinted moisturizer. I don't absolutely love this concealer, but I feel like it's light, which is kind of my main thing. So I kind of just put it in the little corners right here, just so I can give myself a really lifted look. And then sometimes if I want a little bit more coverage under my eyes, I'll use this Cover FX Power Play concealer. But I'm just gonna take this beauty blender and then kind of blend it out. Okay, another question is, do you believe in astrology? Love from Belgium. Hi. That is so awesome. I had no idea I had like Belgium following. Which I love. But yes, I do believe in astrology. I actually am super into it. If you ask any of my friends, I feel like I always try to like find some way to bring it up in conversation. And I honestly feel like I'm really good at just like guessing people's like signs, like even like their big three, like not just their sun sign. Like I feel like I can kind of see what their like moon and rising sign is, because I don't know why. I feel like I could just like feed off people's energies, and I just know, because that happened like multiple times where I was just like thinking about someone and I was like, I bet you they're this, and then I asked them and they didn't know, so we looked it up and I was right. My mom is like so like, she just gives me so much Leo energy, but she's not a Leo sun, she's a Virgo. And I was like, Mom, like, I was like, do you know what your moon or your rising signs are? And she was like, no. So we looked it up, and she was a Leo moon, because my mom just has like so many of the same qualities and characteristics of a Leo that I'm like, you just like have to be a Leo, because I just knew. Okay, next, moving on, I am going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury, what's it called? Airbrush Flawless, blah, blah, blah. I can't speak at all today. Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I'm in medium 2. That's the color I use. And I love this. This is my newest vibe that I've also been doing. So I kind of just take a flat brush like this. I have no idea where this is from. I stole it from my mom. And I just kind of pat it. And then I like to tap it under my under eyes instead of doing that whole like baking situation, because I was really hating the way my makeup looked for a while. So I feel like that's why I started trying out like so many new things and new products, because I had like my makeup down to like a science where I could do it in 15 minutes, but it just started like coming off and just looking like really bad, like in person. Like in pictures they looked fine and on video, but like in person, like it was just like rubbing off and just did not look good at all. I just do my under eyes, and then I'll do like a little tap like right here on my T-zone, because this is basically all that I powder. I don't, like I said so many times, a powdery look. And then a little bit under my chin. And then next, let's go into bronzer. Oh, but going back to that astrology, I feel like I just went off on tangents, but yes, I do love astrology. And if you're wondering, my big three is Libra sun, Virgo moon, which I feel like I'm more of a Virgo moon sometimes than I am Libra, and Aries ascendant. What's your biggest dream / aspiration for the future? I feel like it's pretty hard, but I do think about a lot, like if I were to ever become like really, really like famous or just like in the media world and industry, I always think about like what collaborations like I would freak out the most, like if I got brought the opportunity. And I don't know, I feel like being on one of those Vogue videos where they get ready would be like the craziest thing, because I'm obsessed with watching those. I think I've watched every single one, and I've watched like Alexa Demi's like more than 10 times. I don't know, I just feel like that would be a really crazy thing. Also, wildflower case collaboration, if I were ever to become like that social media relevant, where like they demanded a case with my name on it, that would be pretty crazy, because then I get to work with Sydney and Dev, and I feel like that would just be really cool. But next, I'm going to be taking this Milk Makeup cream bronzer in the shade Blaze. They only have 2 shades, and this is the darker one. And I just take like an angled brush like this and just kind of carve out my cheekbones. Nothing too crazy. A tip that I do want to give though, because sometimes when I watch other people's makeup routines, so like my cheekbone is like right here. I feel like some people do it too underneath it. I feel like you want to do like right on top of your cheekbone, because when you blend it, you want to blend up to give yourself like a lifted, more carved look. And I feel like if I did, like I could do the line like right here, and then I just feel like it would just drag your face down. So that's a tip I definitely like always try to give people if I like notice that they do that. And this is probably the most important part of my contour. As you can see, I don't really have a jawline, especially on this side. I really want to get Botox for my jawline to get rid of my double chin and this like crimson chin thing that I have going on. But now I just take my big brush that I was using earlier and just blend it out. No harsh lines. And then for this, I like to kind of like pull my face a little bit up with like my hair and then lightly brush up, because if you went down, it would just drag your face down. Yeah, I don't know why that really bothers me when I watch their makeup routines and they just like blend like this, which my mom also taught me that, because if you do this, you're kind of just moving your makeup around and like ruining like what you just had set up, instead of like lightly tapping and brushing up, so that way you can keep the makeup the way you had it and still give yourself a really carved out look. This is a fun question. I actually got a lot of fun questions. Thank you guys. Someone said, what are your fashion predictions for this year? Also, I love your content. Thank you. I love you. I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of those like fashion prediction videos on my For You page, and I feel like it just kind of depends. I do see checkers coming back, but like not in like that race car way that LF was doing for a while, and like Forever 21, that was like really something. But I can see checkers coming back in a more like cool, I don't even know how to explain it, like funky kind of way. Wildflower Cases has like a crazy checkered phone case, which is one that I have right now. And I've been seeing a lot of really cool tops with like checkered print. And I've been really wanting a checkered print rug, but I feel like I just don't want to buy a rug right now because my room is too small and I'd rather just wait till I move out. I feel like my style is changing a little bit again too. Like personally, I've been really into like matching oversized suits, like matching sets that, like, if you've seen Matilda de Jerf, she has like her own company and they have like the best kinds of those. I've been really into that, and I feel like it's becoming really popular too. If I think of more, I'll let you know. But right now I'm just gonna go in with this Pretty Vulgar Nesting Bitch Face powder palette and just set my contour with this angled brush And I kind of like to take the lighter shade, even though I am more tan, and then just do like a tap of the dark one, just because I feel like darker bronzers just tend to be more orange, and I don't like that because I'm not orange. So I just like to tap that into my skin as opposed to, again, swiping, because that is literally just a waste of everything you just did. So I like to tap. And then, of course, my jawline. Another question someone said, do you ever think about living by yourself again? 1000% yes. I've actually been getting to the point where I just cannot stand my family. And by family, I mean my siblings. Sometimes. I loved when I got to move back here because I was living, not by myself, I had roommates, but I was living like on my own away from my family for 2 years. And that was definitely an experience, and I definitely learned a lot about like living on your own and what it's actually like. It's not the cute, fun Pinterest room that everyone thinks you're gonna have when you first move out. Like, it's really different, but I absolutely loved it. But towards the end, I was really, really excited that I was gonna come home because I just missed the food that was always at my house, and it was just like more of a simple lifestyle living at home. Oh god, I do see myself living alone again. I would see myself having a roommate again though, like with one of my friends. My sister wants to move out with me, but I just like can't with her sometimes. I feel like I feel like you would need to live on your own to see what it's like, and then you could come live with me after having like your own experience. But yes, maybe by October, November of this year, I feel like I would like to start looking for an apartment. I feel like everyone likes to go to West Hollywood just because it's like, you know, so like trendy and like popular, and it's like all the cool trendy stuff is there, and like famous people live there, but I feel like that's just like not my vibe. Next, we're gonna go in with blush, and this is my absolute favorite blush product that I've ever tried out, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand High Blush, and I have the shade Pinkgasm. It did explode though when I took it with me somewhere, which is kind of annoying, but I just do like a few taps right on my cheekbone. And I like this because it does have a shimmer. If you don't like shimmer, then you probably won't like this. But I like that it has a shimmer because then I don't have to wear highlight. It's like a double whammy. And I'm pretty generous with it. And I basically just tap it out with my fingers. Like the sides of my face and my nose. I just feel like it gives me a little sun-kissed look. And that is kind of the base of how I do my everyday makeup. Someone asked me, has someone ever recognized you and asked you for a pic? I have been recognized, which was pretty wild and odd. The first time I was recognized, I was at a Silver Lake flea market, but it wasn't like in a weird like, oh my god, like fan way. One of the vendors and sellers there at the flea market just knew who I was because she had seen some of my TikToks, and she was really cool, and I think I just ended up buying something for her. So that was like the first time I ever got recognized, which was pretty funny. And I think I was with my sister, and she was like, did that girl just like say your name? And I was like, yeah. But now I'm going in with my eyebrows, and I just kind of brushed them up. I have the world's lightest eyebrows, but they are pretty long and full. They're just extremely light hairs, which is annoying. But I've been using this Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette for years. Like, I've had this since I was a senior in high school, I think. And I use it for my eyeshadow, you can see, and then I mix this dark brown and black eyeshadow for my eyebrows. And a lot of people ask me how I do my eyebrows, so you guys are finally gonna get to see, because it's a little bit hard to show my entire eyebrow routine on a 60-second TikTok. I kind of just lightly fill in the spaces. This is where I get quiet just because I have to focus. Because my eyebrows are most definitely sisters. They're not twins. Let's look at the questions. So I have something to talk about while I do it. Maddie asked me a question. If you could only have one pair of shoes for the rest of your life, what would they be? Ooh. Now that's a tough question because I think shoes are like my ultimate favorite thing to buy. I stopped buying a lot of shoes recently, but I feel like it'll still always be like my favorite like article of clothing to buy, right next to purses. I love having purses. Just because I feel like if you have a really simple outfit and then either if you have like a really cool bag or a really cool pair of shoes, it just takes your really simple outfit to the next level. And I just have been living by that since who knows how long. I want to say my Doc Martens because mine are really comfortable, and my Doc Marten boots, not my low top ones, those are painful as hell, but I want to say my Doc Martens because they literally go with everything. I could wear them with the dress, I could wear them with pants, and I typically am always wearing pants. I could wear them with shorts if I want, but I don't have the legs for that, so I don't. But I feel like the only problem is that it is low-key hot here in California, that in the summertime I just wouldn't be able to. No. Maybe my Reeboks then, because my sister got me a pair of Reeboks for Christmas, and I've been wearing those every single day. I love them so much because they're different than my Air Force Ones because I'm so over my Air Forces, and I needed a new white sneaker. And I absolutely love them. I was actually gonna buy them for myself, and then she told me not to, and I was like, I wonder why. I don't know. I feel like right now it's a toss-up between my Doc Martens and my Reeboks, just because they both are so versatile, which is, I feel like, what you're looking for if you're gonna wear the same pair of shoes every single day. Okay. I feel like I've got the filling in and shape part down. If you had to pick one album to listen to for the rest of your life, what would it be? Ooh, me and my sister were just talking about certain albums that are just like a no-skip album. And I feel like there's very few of those. Just like to me, like in my opinion, I have very few albums that I just like will not skip because I love every single song. I feel like Control by SZA is like up there. It's like one of my favorite albums. I love every single song that's on that album. Sometimes I just like won't be in the mood to hear it, so I'll skip it if my phone's on shuffle. But if I had to listen to that album, like I don't have a problem with any of the songs. Also, Travis Scott, what's it called? Birds in the Trap Sing by McKnight, which is like his second album, which is personally my favorite. I know Astroworld is still really good and I really love it, but I think that one is my favorite because that's when I was like, oh my god, I love Travis Scott. I also really love Justin Bieber's last album. I love every single song on there. There's another album too that I feel really deeply about. Oh, Starboy by The Weeknd. Me and my sister were just talking about that. Whole album is just like really good. Every song is a banger. My friend Tessa asked me favorite TV shows right now. Right now I'm watching Gilmore Girls, and I really liked it when I first started, but honestly, after I finish the show, I will not be watching again. Rory is just like really hard to watch, make tons of wrong decisions. I really, really loved Bridgerton. I watched it in one day when it came out. That was probably my newest favorite show, but we got HBO Max, so I've been watching Friends. And Friends is probably my ultimate like favorite TV show with The Office. And Shameless. I love Shameless. I'm super excited for season 11. So next are my eyebrows. Do I recommend this? I don't know. Does it work? Yes. So I stopped using soap brows because I don't like them anymore. They're just not working for my eyebrows and I'm over it. On to the next thing. And I posted and someone told me to use eyelash glue. And I was really against that because I didn't want any of my eyebrow hairs to come off. But it works. But what I've learned is you have to do it in little sections because it dries fast. So let me show you. So I'm just going to do a little bit on the front pieces, like so. And now I'm going to take my eyebrow brush and just brush them up. I just feel like with the eyelash glue, they stay up longer, and then I'll do the next section. Brush these babies up. And then kind of if you make a mistake, that's kind of what you have to work with for the rest of the day, because there's really no going back. The only thing that's annoying is that I have to do this like in sections. Someone said if you could be any other zodiac sign other than a Libra, what would it be? I don't know. I love a lot of signs. I really feel like, I don't know if I'm a Leo. I feel like I definitely just like do not have their energy. But I feel like I could fake it till I make it like a Leo. And I feel like honestly that's what Leos do. They just fake it till they make it. And they're just so confident at it that like no one can tell them otherwise. And I feel like that's me, because I come across as pretty confident. And that's just because like, I don't know. I feel like I am a Virgo though, a lot. Like my Virgo moon just like peeps out a lot, because I feel like just especially when it comes to my depop and my pop-ups, my sister for sure can tell you horror stories that I'm like a drill sergeant the day of and like the morning of, or just like when I'm in my mode of doing my depop, because I just like things done a certain way, and maybe to another person it doesn't come across as like that's like the perfect way or like that's the way it should be done, but that's how I want it done. And since it has my name attached to it, like I want it to be nice. And now I'm going to powder my eyes because they get hella oily. Gonna go back with that Kylie palette and then just do a little bit of like a bronzy color in my lid. Have you gone to Coachella? Yes, I have gone 3 years in a row. Coachella 2020 would have been my 4th year, and then Coachella 2021 would have been my 5th year. So yes, I absolutely love Coachella. I still think my favorite Coachella ever was my very first one. I begged my parents as a graduation gift, and I'm super blessed. And then some of our friends drove up with us too in high school. They didn't all go in, only a few of us went in, but some of them just went up with us so they can like hang out in the pool and just chill with us the day before, because we went like a day early. And it was just so fun because I feel like we had like high expectations, but then like not, because we kind of just like were doing our own thing, and it was just like really fun, and we were like vibing and dancing like in the grass like by ourselves, and that was really fun. Yeah, that's probably my favorite Coachella. So next I'm going to be doing my eyeliner, and I use this liner called Big Fat Liner. It's by Rockins. I got it in a BoxyCharm box. But if you like brown, I also have an e.l.f. eyeliner, which I like, but the tip is like thin, and I don't really like thin tips. I like them to be like thick like this, and I'll show you why. So I literally just will start like this and go like that, and I feel like with a thick liner it kind of already makes that shape. And then now I'm just gonna go in and fill in like that, and I just kind of make it thicker right here where it looks kind of ugly for a second. This eyeliner is honestly running out too, so it's like not good. So right now it looks bad, but I'm just gonna take my concealer brush and clean it. And I feel like that's really all I do to kind of give it that like sharp look at the end, is what I think people like about my eyeliner. Okay, and this is the end of my Get Ready With Me. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for asking me those questions. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!